So, the peace that I need is already within me. All I have to do is still my mind that is running around like a crazy thing into the future and all over. And I need to let that go and just find the peace that I need in this moment that is already in me. So we are flying out. This is Izet from Zetster's Lab. We are flying out to Thailand tomorrow. I'm from South Africa. Our kids lives in Thailand, so we are going to visit them. And lots to do still, you know, but I mean, we are really having everything under control, but I still feel a little bit overwhelmed. So I thought, you know what, I got to find that peace that is already in me. And the best way to do it is just to pack all my little art supplies and tell you what I am taking with. So my biggest challenge is not my clothes or the presents or all the things that I had to buy for the kids, you know. They usually send a list of all the things, chocolates, biltong, droewors, chutney, Mrs. Ball's chutney, you know, those type of things, chutney chips, and a list this long. So yesterday we went into town to buy that. Now that is ready. Husband is the packer. So he now today needs to pack all the stuff, all my art supplies that I need to take with for the Christmas market. Did I tell you about the Christmas market? So my grandchildren's school, they have a Christmas market and they have a little stall where they sell 3D printed things, little ear, these things, and lots of other little toys and things that they printed with a 3D printer. It is absolutely amazing what they can do with a printer and some plastic. So they are extremely excited about the Christmas market on the 6th of December. So that's why we now need to be there. Because Oma, that is me, Grandma, needs to be there at the Christmas market as well with some of my creations. My paintings, so I'm taking some A4 paintings and A5 paintings with. I haven't sorted that out yet. They still there, a bunch like that I need to, I cannot take everything, so I still need to go through them. Then I thought, okay, apart from that, I will take a couple of my handbags that I made, you know, the bags. And I actually thought they already packed in this plastic bag, but I thought, you know what, I haven't showed you all my bags that I've finished yet. So now the funniest thing to me is, I mean, they have this very plasticky part of their table. So 2/3 of our table at the market will be plastic stuff, and the other third will be all my very earthy stuff. So it is gonna be a very exciting little store. So I thought I'm just gonna take 2 of my little scrolls with, you know, just to give some excitement on the table, just something else. So my 2 little scrolls are going with. Then I am taking all my shabby chic little flowers. A bunch of them are going with. I'm going to take some rope, you know, just for interesting sake on the table. Some of my bags, you know, the bags with the tags. So just a couple of them. As I said, I cannot take too much stuff. And I actually don't have that much in any case. So then I've got 2 little bags left. Some of my other slow stitching bags. I haven't showed you this yet. This is one of my bags, but look how this one is the only one that's got a tag on. Now it needs to get the price on and all of that, but that I'll do when I get there. I get there on the 5th, take note, and the 6th is the market. But look how I picked this piece of wood up on the beach, and I just love it. So I'm closing this bag with that piece of wood. That is my absolute favorite. I just love this bag. Then the other one I made, remember my last one, and then I bought these serviette rings, and I went into hubby's garage. I pressed it flat with a press. That's the thing, the big press of his. Look there, now it's thinner, and this is how I close this bag up. I love it. I think that is just gorgeous. So use what you have to create what you love. Then another one I did all these things yesterday. So that's what I actually wanted to show you. This is all the ways that you can just close up a little bag. A big wooden thing. And I love to just sew this piece of cloth on, make a little knot there, and you can just voila go. This is actually color wise my favorite. I love the dirty pink, and this is just one without a handle that I made. There's just slow stitching with my thick cloth. Put a piece of leather on, and voila. So these are the bags that I am taking with for the Christmas market. Then I've got my little books. I am not going to take everything out, but there are just some of my little books. These are just some cards. Just some cards. I don't know why they go in with, but they can go with. This is actually the tag for this orange bag. And then it's just this. I think I've got a couple of them in here. All different types of little books. Oh, I love this one. I don't know if you remember this. Look at it. It's just so beautiful. I love that. Okay, wrong side. And there you can see a little serviette in, and just some of my things. So that little book is in. So these are just all my thingies that I am taking with, and those that does not sell, I am just gonna give away as presents and whatnot. But you've seen all these small little books of mine, so they are all in here, ready to fly. Ready to be packed. So you can see this is quite, I don't know, 5, 6, I don't know how many kilograms. I think we can each take a bag of 23 kgs. So I couldn't take along lots of clothing, luckily for me, because you know all the second-hand shops there, I call it, or they actually, my kids and friends call it the hole, where the West just dump all the extra clothes, excess clothing, and then they are sold there. They come over in bales of plastic. It's crazy. And then they just sort them out in this massive place. It's like 2 rugby fields underneath with a roof, and then it's just clothing. And you can imagine me there. It is heaven to find something really, really worthwhile there. That is the challenge, and I love that challenge. I remember the first time I went, I found only one thing, but it was between all those stuff. I mean, some of them are really, really worn and ready for the dumps, but I found a light blue pure linen shirt. I washed it, it came out, it had a little mark. I bought it for, I think, $0.25. I don't know what but I think it was about 20 rand. I was over the moon. So next time I found more, and so I am very excited to go there. So I do not want to take lots of clothing, because then I cannot buy as much. And for next to nothing, the upcycling. I am very excited about the upcycling that I'm going to do with stuff that I'm going to buy at the market, at the whatever you call it. So I have no idea what art supplies to pack. So you can see, this is my art space, my room, my studio, it's full to the brim. So what to take with? It's not that we are going for a week or 2. We are going for 2 months. So it's a very long time, creative-wise. So I don't want to get there and then I don't have stuff to create with. But on the other hand, my motto is, use what you have to create what you love. So my absolute joy is when I find things and then create with that. That is my thing. So why do I want to go dragging lots of my things here with? That's what we do. That when I was actually thinking about it, I thought that is exactly what we do in life. We drag things with us because we don't want to part with it, believing that we're not going to get more or what we need. I am fearful or whatever. I want to take everything with, because what if I don't get things there? It's silly. What do we do? So I've realized something. What I'm gonna take, and I'm not 100% sure yet if it's gonna be this one, but this is my journal. I showed you this. This is my journal that I think I'm gonna take with. But this is my handbag, a rucksack, leather. I love it. I bought it years back. You can see there's even I went somewhere and there was this artist and he painted on my bag elephants and flowers. So this is my rucksack. I go with this because I can put it on my back and I've got my hands free. Because you know me, it's photos, photos, photos and stuff. So I need my phone, easy access. First of all to my phone because of the camera. And secondly, it's much better to have something over both shoulders on your back than just a heavy thing on one side. So this is the handbag that I'm going to take. So in this I have this is actually, I think at this stage, I'm only leaving tomorrow, so many things can happen. But this is my little slow stitching kit. Because really I thought, okay, I need to take some needles and things, and just a little bit of yarn, because I want to, the things that I pick up and whatever, I perhaps want to slow stitch them into my journal. So I need that. That is a basic thing. A basic thing will just be some yarn and then needles. And then I thought, but I've got this perfect little thing, a slow stitching sewing kit that I created. So make sure I've got everything in here that I'm going to need to slow stitch with, and then just put this in my bag. I mean, voila. So that is what I did. You can see my yarn. And you know what? The joy that I feel and experience just by opening this and just looking at it. So there are lots of embroidery yarns, different colors. There is some not needles, pins, needles, all my needles, some of those pins. I even got some in, there's some other stuff. And in this little bag, I've got more safety pins and stuff that I can, and one button. I don't know why, but I've got one button in here. So elastic, that's the name. So I've got a piece of elastic. I've got my safety pins because I use all of those things in my journals. So I'm sorted. I don't have a small, that's my only thing. That's actually a thing. I don't have a small pair of scissors. Because I don't know what you might take on the airport inside the plane. And I don't have a round, small pair of scissors. So that is what I will have to get in Thailand to make this thing, to finish that off. Then this is another one of my slow stitching bags, and inside this bag I have my small, I don't know if I really need the book, but a friend bought me this beautiful little watercolor set that I've never used because I haven't been away in a while. So there you can see I actually need to fill this up more. But this is all I really need, because I am sure my children, this is the little book that came with, very nice paper. I'm still thinking about, will I take this book or perhaps a larger book? Because sometimes I do a painting and then I want to give it away as a gift. And this little thing is a little bit small. So I'm not sure if I am going to take that one or a larger one. Then, you know, I've got this bag full. You can see, this is my full of pens, watercolor thing. I wonder if there's supposedly supposed to be oh yeah, it's at the bottom. It's in the bottom. There's one of these, and this one works fantastic. I tried it a while back just to see if it is working, and it works fantastic. It's got a little bit of water in, so I am ready to go. So that one is fantastic. The thing is, I also want to use that in my journal. That's actually what I want to use it for, and not the little book. I don't know if I'm going to use the little book, and if I will use my journal. So even if I just put in my watercolor set, my slow stitching set, and my journal, my bag is going to be full, you know. I need my little makeup bag, and this thing is definitely going with my little, we call it my goggie. It's a little bug is called, a gogga. I don't know, because the little kids say, because I've always got this thing, and you can love this because you can actually fold it around a tree or everything. So this I still need to put on there. So this is going with, this is also going in my bag. So you can see my bag is filled with the things that I love. And that is my art supplies, you know. But as I said, I've got this thing full. I need to go through this very, very thoroughly, because really what I need is a pen. That's actually all I use. I use a pen in this to write things down, and then also to draw, and then use my watercolor. So that is actually all that I need, is a pen. So I can perhaps take a piece of charcoal thing with, and then perhaps my watercolor pencils. Oh, I love my watercolor pencils. So yes, I'm going to take my watercolor pencils, a pen or two, and my charcoal pencil. And that is it. Because really, and a palette knife, because I go nowhere with my palette knife. Oh, and I must not forget my little roller. But this I will put in the big bag. That doesn't have to go in my bag, because there are 3 packets already waiting for me in Thailand. Friends just felt it in their heart to send me some stuff, and I know there are a jelly plate in there and some gouache paints. I know, you see, and I don't know what else. I know there's going to be beautiful serviettes. Another friend sent me beautiful serviettes, and I don't know what else. So my excitement about my packets waiting for me there, oh, that brings out the joy and the peace in me. You see, I had to make the video just to find my joy. Because it is tough, you know, leaving my dogs and my house and I'm used to be here now. We haven't been away in 2 years, you know, fly out to visit the kids. So I got used to this, and I got used to my space and my art things and my dogs and my life here. Now to just leave them for a while and go, it is not easy. You know, I don't know how many of you have kids living far away, overseas. It is really a challenging situation, because you cannot live your life where you find yourself missing them and crying about them the whole time. You got to fill up your life with things that make you come alive, feel alive and glad to be alive. Peaceful, joyful, whatever. So now I did that. But now I need to leave that behind for a season and go and visit them. So, sorry, I am now pulling all the dry paint off. So yes, it is a challenging situation, but you got to do what you got to do. It's one of the blessings of having kids and then being able to go and visit them. So this is just my story of today. Once again, leave behind what you don't need. We don't have to cover everything. You know what I mean? Just go. Go with my basics, the real basics. A watercolor set, some pencils, a pen, a notebook. That is it. And my slow stitching kit. Leave the rest. And then whatever I find at the other side, use them, because that is how my creativity is going to grow. If I take everything with that I have here, I am just going to continue where I am at. But if I leave these stuff, just take my basics and go, then so many new opportunities are opening up. I'm going to get different types of picking up, different types of leaves and cloths, and you know, so all of a sudden I'm going to use and have different items to experiment with. So I am going to grow. So Izette, leave these things. Take the bare minimum. Also with my clothing. You know, if I take too much clothes, then I don't have the need to go and find others and recycle, upcycle. The same with this. So, love you lots. Izette from Zetster's Lab. So, I'm going to post this today. So, for you that follow me day by day or try to or whatever, I want you to know I'm leaving tomorrow, and then I'm going to try and post daily, or whenever I have videos to post, I'm going to post them of my sharing just my journey on this journey. But over the next couple of days, you will also get videos that I've already taped and it's on the YouTube already. So they will just go on in the next couple of days. So it's going to be a little deurmekaar, confusing. So many of the videos that you're going to see in the future will be of my time here, and then all the others will be of my trip. So that is it. I don't know. As I say, I have no idea if I will be making another video before we leave, but this is just to show you what I am taking with and to tell you about the awesome revelation of just take what you need, your bare minimum, and keep an open mind to all the new possibilities that I'm going to experience and receive in Thailand, and then use that to grow creative-wise. So let me get to the shops. There's still some things that I need to get, and I'm sure the biltong shop is open already. So I have a couple of things to get, and then it's only packing. Love you lots. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for sharing my journey, for sharing my joy. And remember, the peace that you need is already inside you. Just still your mind so that you can have access to that peace. And that is what happened. Look at me now. I'm peaceful, joyful, having the strength to continue on my day, do what I need to do. But first, things first, I had to become still. Be still and know all is well. That's what it means. Become still so that you can access the life in you that's always flowing. But as I said, my mind was all over the place. I felt overwhelmed with the whole everything. And now I am relaxed. Love you lots.